Hello everyone, this is Janna Gajjar, Assistant Professor at ITICT Department of LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. Welcome to the video lecture series of subject Software Project Management. In previous lecture, we have discussed about Unit 3, that is about project scheduling, monitoring and control, in which we have discussed about three techniques for project scheduling, that is Gantt chart, PERT chart and a CPM. Okay, so now in today's lecture, we are going in a brief about PERT chart and CPM. So we are discussing about what are the advantages, what are the limitations, what are the similarities between PERT and CPM, and also we are going to discuss about what are the difference between CPM and a PERT chart. And also we are going to discuss about what are some automated tools for scheduling, monitoring and control. Okay, so let's start with the today's topic, that is first advantages of PERT chart. Okay, so we have already discussed about PERT chart in our previous lecture. So PERT means program evolution review technique. Okay, so whatever your program is, so you are evaluating that programming so that particular task network is done. Okay, so PERT chart is basically a graphical representation of network. That means if any activities are correlated, so you are structuring them in a graphical way. So PERT chart will give you some graphical interface or graphical view of all the networks. Okay, so that is program evaluation review technique. Okay, so what are the advantages of PERT chart? So advantages are like it is very helpful in determining the schedule for a project within a time limit. Okay, so it is obvious that if customer will give you some assignment related work like this is my project, and obviously he or she will give you a deadline, so it is your responsibility as a project manager to complete all the tasks within a given time limit. Okay, so this particular PERT chart will help you to schedule your all the activities in a particular deadline. Okay, so it will be very helpful to determine the schedule for project within a time limit. Okay, also it will help the management to optimum allocation of resources for the project. That means if there is a number of employees are working for a one project, okay, so we know that there are multiple resources we need. So to whom person you are giving some resources, like for a development team you are giving a system with a high configuration, also you are delivering all the devices to the testing team. Okay, so this particular PERT chart will help you to manage all these resources. Okay, so to whom whatever you have allocated resources, it will track all the record, so it will help the management also to optimum allocation of resources for the project. Also it will help in taking right decision for the project at right time. Okay, so if we know that like every time we are already missing some deadlines or something like happen, okay, so at that time this particular PERT chart will help you to track that all these things. Okay, so which activity is pending and which activities are above deadline. Okay, so you can make a right decision at right time. So by using a PERT chart you can easily make a right decision. Okay, then it will also help you to determine some expected duration of activities. Okay, so for an example, if you know that like this is a 6-month work and you have already done 50% of work, but you have taken 5 months, so you just have a 1 month to complete those remaining 50%. Okay, so you can also schedule next deadline. Okay, so this will help you to determine some expected duration for each and every activities. Even it also helps the management to handle some uncertainties. Okay, so it might be possible like during your software development some uncertainty might be happen. Okay, so it will help the management to control the uncertainty. Even it will help you to reduce the risk element in your project. Also it will enable some uses of statistical analysis. Okay, so you can make some good decision for your project development. Okay, and also it will coordinate the various activities. Okay, so there are all the advantages of PERT chart. Basically it will show a graphical view of your network or your all activities. Okay, so this is all about the advantages of PERT chart. Now we know that all things have some pros and cons. So similarly it has some limitations also. So what are those limitations? So it emphasizes only on a time, as we have already discussed in advantage, like it will schedule a timeline, it will help you to track all the times and deadlines. Okay, so it will only emphasize only on a timeline. Okay, and it already ignoring the cost related activity. Okay, so this is the limitations of POD chart. Also, it doesn't consider the matter of resources required for various types of activity of a project. Okay, so in advantage we have already discussed, like it will use to optimum allocation of resources. Okay, but here one more limitation is it will not consider how many resources you need. Okay, it will just allocate the resources. Okay, so this will be a limitation. Then if application is too complex, then this particular POD chart will not going to help you for scheduling your project, and also it is not practicable for routine planning of recurring events. Okay, so it might be possible any events are recurringly creating. Okay, so at that situation this particular POD chart will not going to help. Okay, so at that time you can go with the another technique of scheduling. Okay, so this is all about the limitations of POD chart. Now let's discuss about what are the advantages of CPM, that is critical path method. Okay, so what do you mean by CPM? So we have already learned CPM, like it is a critical path method. So it will show how many critical paths are available from starting of the activity to the end of the activity. Okay, so this is another a task network, we can say that, or a scheduling technique. Okay, so there are some advantages of CPM. So advantages are like it will useful for scheduling and controlling of large project. Okay, so if you have a large project, so you can easily divide into number of modules, and based on that module you can easily calculate how much time you require for completion of the particular project. So it will automatically schedule for the large project. Then it is a simple concept and not mathematically complex. So you can easily track each and every activity. You can easily schedule each and every activity, right? It is also applicable to wide variety of projects. Okay, so if like there is a e-commerce website is developing, another side there is a food delivery system is developing. Okay, so if there is a variety of projects are there, so CPM will help you to guide which activity is performing at which time. Okay, and you will track each and every activity in your task network, right? Even it will be useful in monitoring schedule and cost. Okay, so if you have scheduled something, if you have defined any costing, so it will help you to track whether your all the work or activities are going on a schedule or as per the budget or not. Okay, and it also useful to make some detailed planning. Okay, so if you want to do some detailed planning in your project, then this particular CPM method will definitely going to help you. Also, if it is a critical activities are identified in your project, and thus more attention can be focused to that activity for the successful completion of the project. Okay, so if any critical activity is identified in your project, then all the focus is point to that particular critical activity. Okay, so that you can easily complete your project in a successful way. So this is all about the advantages of CPM, that is critical path method. You can use this particular method or a technique for a large program or for a large or a complex software system, right? But also it has some limitation. So what are that limitation? So limitations of CPM are it ignores incorporate statistical analysis in determining the time estimate. Okay, so in POD chart we have discussed it will focus on a statistical analysis, but particular CPM is avoiding the statistical analysis. Okay, so it has some limitation. Then a scheduling of personnel is not handled by the CPM. Okay, so if you want to personalize your activity due to CPM, okay, or you can schedule that all your personal activity with reference to the CPM, then it will not going to help, because it will only for the large project or a complex project for each and every activity tracking, right? Okay, and also in CPM it is difficult to estimate the completion time of an activity. Okay, because we can't predict like how many critical paths may be occur or critical activity may be occur during development. Okay, so we can't identify the completion time of each and every activity. For an example, if you are working with a requirement gathering phase, okay, so you don't know like how much time you require for the requirement gathering, because it always focused on what kind of data you have gathered. Okay, if any difficulties are arise between the requirement gathering, then it always took some more time for requirement gathering. Okay, so this is all about limitation, like it is difficult to estimate the completion time of an activity. Okay, another example we can say that, like if development team, we have a one developer and that developer left that particular organization and joined the other organization. Okay, so now your project will be on hold till that you can recruit a new employee. Okay, so that will be a critical method, so we cannot predict how much time we require to complete that development process, right? So this is about, it is difficult to estimate the completion time of any activity. Okay, then critical path is not always clear in CPM. Okay, because in critical path method you are identifying what are the critical activities. Okay, but always we are not identifying what are the actual critical path. Okay, so not always clear. Then for bigger projects, CPM networks can be complicated too. For an example, if you are working with any e-commerce website, so in e-commerce there are categories like fashion, electronics, grocery. Now in fashion there are men, women, then girls, boys. Even in girls there are different categories like leggings, kurta, sari, then dress material, jeans, and all these remaining things. Okay, so if it is a too complex project, then your CPM network will be complicated too. Okay, so it is the limitation. Then it also does not handle the schedule of the resource allocation. Okay, so if you have allocated resources to the people or team member, then it will not schedule all the resource related allocation. Okay, and in CPM, critical path need to be calculated precisely, because if you are not calculated precisely, then you are not going to cover all the things in your CPM network, right? So this is all about the limitations of CPM. Okay, so we have already discussed what are the advantages and disadvantages of POT chart, as well as what are the advantages and disadvantages of CPM. Now let's discuss about both the things parallelly. So what are the similarities between them, both the techniques like POT and CPM, and what are the differences? Okay, so let's first discuss about what are the similarities. So POT and CPM both enhance flexibility in having optimum utilization of resources. Okay, so by using both the technique, you can easily allocate, or you can optimally allocate all the resources between your team members. Then both the technique will help management to pay attention to few activities that are critical. Okay, so both will help you to identify what are the critical activities in your project, instead of concentrating on all activities at all same time with equal emphasis. Okay, so whatever the critical activities will be identified, it will focus on that critical activity only. Okay, so instead of focusing about other activity, it will more focus on that critical activity, so that you can lead to your success of your project. Okay, so you have to change that code, or you have to modify something in your activity, so that it will lead to the success of your project, right? Also, the both the techniques will help a project manager to make some timely decision and take disciplinary action to reduce the probability of project delay. Okay, so it might be possible, like due to some situation, your project will be miss the deadline, right? So both the technique will help the project manager to make some timely decision. Okay, so at right time you can make a right decision by using both the techniques. Okay, and also it is easy through both the techniques to accurately determine the correct schedule for completion of the project based on the available resources. So how many resources you have, based on that particular thing, you can easily schedule your project. Okay, so if you have enough resources with you, so your project will be completed within a deadline. If you don't have any resource, or any resources will be damaged in between your development, so you need some extra time to complete the project. Okay, so by using both the technique, it will easily or accurately determine the correct schedule for completion of the project based on the how much resources you have. Okay, and through the techniques, it is simple to divide the activities and events related to a project and make it possible to coordinate the work of different departments involved in the complete of the project. Okay, so if you are dividing your project into the number of modules, so at the end you are taking all the things together. Okay, so this will, both the technique will help you to do this. Okay, so divide of the activity and at last you are merging your project. Okay, so this is all about what are the similarities between PERT chart and CPM. Okay, so now let's discuss about what are the differences. So differences between PERT chart and CPM. So that is, PERT is a project management technique whereby planning, scheduling, organizing, coordinating and controlling uncertain activities are done. Okay, so in PERT chart you are doing this much activity, but in CPM it is statistical technique of project management. So in which you are doing planning, scheduling, organizing, coordination and control of well-defined activity take place. Okay, so in both the things, planning, scheduling, organizing, controlling, coordinating is done. Okay, but in a different way. So in PERT it is a project management technique, where in CPM it is a statistical technique, right? Then PERT is a technique of planning and control of time. Okay, so you are planning for any activity and you are controlling that activity. But unlike CPM, which is a method to control cost and time. Okay, so instead of only planning and control of time, CPM will focus on a costing control also and a time control also. Okay, then while PERT is involved as a research and development project, CPM is involved as a construction of project. Okay, so if your project is related to some research activity or some development of project, so that will be used by PERT. But if your project is as a construction of anything or implementation, then CPM is the best method. Okay, then another difference is PERT is set according to the event. Okay, so how many numbers of events are there, based on that you can schedule a PERT chart. Okay, while CPM is aligned towards activity, how many numbers of activities are there. Okay, similarly PERT technique is best suitable for high precision time estimate, whereas CPM is appropriate for reasonable time estimate. Okay, because in PERT chart we are just only focusing on planning and controlling the time, but in CPM we are focusing on time as well as the cost also. Okay, and PERT deals with some unpredictable activities, but CPM always deal with the predictable activities only. Okay, so this is the difference between PERT and a CPM chart. Okay, so this is all about what is the comparison between PERT chart and CPM chart. Okay, so I hope you will now get a better understanding about what is PERT and what is CPM. Both are the scheduling technique we are using to schedule our project. Okay, but both have some different fundamental things. Okay, so this is all about PERT and CPM. Now we are discussing more about what are some automated tools for scheduling your project. Okay, so there are few example of automated tools are available for scheduling your project. Scheduling means, we have already discussed, we are organizing our project. Okay, so if customer will give you some deadline and all the requirements are given, so you will schedule according to your project. Okay, so you are identify how many number of activities are there, how many risks are there, how many resources we require. So as per all these activities and tasks, you are scheduling your project. Okay, so for that there are multiple automated tools are available in market. So few of the tools are, first is Scoro. Okay, so Scoro is one of the most comprehensive business management software for professional and creative services. Okay, so by using Scoro you can identify how many resources you require, how many requirements are there, and based on that you can schedule your project. Okay, so one thing is about Scoro. Second automated tools are work zone. Okay, so you can use a work zone. So work zone is built by a highly dedicated team to help individual as well as any organizational team to gain better control and visibility in work management. Okay, so this is another tool for scheduling and controlling your activity. Then third is about File Stage. Okay, so File Stage is another software tool that is help the team to get their project deliverable review and approved faster. Okay, so by using this tool you can easily evaluate how many number of iteration in your project and when you are going to deliver it. Based on the delivery you will get a feedback, so if any changes will require you can get this thing. Okay, so File Stage will help the team to get their project deliverable review and for the approval as a faster. Okay, then another automated tool is PropRops. Okay, so it is simple and feature-packed project management tool. It will design to help businesses of all size manage, track, and execute project with ease. Okay, so if you have a large business and in that particular business you have a large size of project, so for like number of employees are more. Okay, so you have to manage all these things. Okay, so you have to manage that, you have to track that, and you have to execute all the projects parallelly. So for that, PropRops will help you. Okay, for an example, if any building is under construction or any construction company is there, so they have number of construction site. Okay, so parallelly they have worked at a different sites also. Okay, so for that, PropRops will help them to identify which activity is going on which site and how many numbers of employees are working at that particular site. So they can easily manage all the activity, they can easily track each and every schedule and also execute their project with the easy manner. Okay, so PropRops will help you. And the last automated tool is Zoho Project. Okay, so this is the best simple project management software that can help you to streamline upcoming work. Okay, so whatever your upcoming activities, that will also manage by the Zoho Project, and also task with a single click. Okay, so by using a single click you can define all these things. So you can prepare Gantt chart, PERT chart, CPM chart by using any of the automated tools. Okay, so this is few of the automated tools that are available for scheduling, for tracking, and for monitoring each and every activity, right? So this is all about the today's lecture. In today's lecture we have discussed about what are the advantages and disadvantages of CPM as well as PERT chart. We have also discussed about what are the similarities and difference between CPM and PERT chart, and also for project scheduling we have discussed about few of the automated tools. So that's all for the today's lecture. Thank you.